Good morning and welcome back to the Daily Brief, your number one choice for expat news and updates. The cost of living crisis in the West is driving more people abroad to countries like the Philippines and Thailand. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order aimed at dismantling the U.S. Department of Education. Thailand's rise as a global travel hotspot driven by pop culture and tourism boom in 2025. Here's a look at today's local exchange rates for the Philippines, Thailand, Singapore and Vietnam, followed by today's weather report. In our first story, the cost of living crisis in the West is driving more people abroad to countries like the Philippines and Thailand. The rising cost of living in Western nations has become an overwhelming burden for many, leading to a growing trend of people seeking a more affordable lifestyle abroad. Skyrocketing housing prices, inflation, and stagnant wages are pushing individuals, retirees, and even young professionals to explore alternatives in countries like the Philippines and Thailand, where the cost of living is significantly lower. Over the past few years, inflation rates have soared across the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and much of Europe. Essential expenses such as housing, healthcare, food, and utilities have become increasingly unaffordable. Many working-class families and middle-income earners are struggling to make ends meet, with wages failing to keep pace with rising costs. In major cities like London, New York, and Sydney, rent prices have surged, making homeownership an unattainable dream for many. Energy bills and grocery costs have also increased sharply, leaving little room for savings or discretionary spending. This economic pressure has left many searching for a way to improve their quality of life without being burdened by constant financial stress. As the cost of living crisis intensifies, more people are looking towards Southeast Asia, particularly the Philippines and Thailand, as viable options for relocation. These countries offer an attractive combination of lower living expenses, favorable climates, and a welcoming culture for expatriates. The most significant factor driving people abroad is the affordability of everyday expenses. In the Philippines and Thailand, rent for a comfortable apartment can be as low as $300 to $600 per month, compared to thousands of dollars in Western cities. Food, transportation, and healthcare costs are also substantially lower, allowing expatriates to enjoy a higher quality of life without financial strain. Healthcare in Western countries has become prohibitively expensive, particularly in the U.S., where medical bills can reach tens of thousands of dollars for routine procedures. In contrast, countries like Thailand and the Philippines offer high-quality medical care at a fraction of the price. Many hospitals in Bangkok and Manila provide world-class treatment, often attracting medical tourists seeking affordable healthcare solutions. Many people from colder Western nations are drawn to the tropical climate of Southeast Asia. With beautiful beaches, vibrant cities, and a relaxed pace of life, the region offers an appealing alternative to the fast-paced and stressful urban environments in the West. The rise of remote work and digital nomad lifestyles has made it easier for professionals to relocate without sacrificing their careers. Thailand, in particular, has become a hub for remote workers, offering co-working spaces, reliable internet, and a thriving expatriate community. Similarly, the Philippines has become a retirement haven, with visa programs designed to attract foreign retirees looking for an affordable and comfortable place to settle. While the prospect of moving to a low-cost country is enticing, there are challenges that come with relocating. Visa regulations, cultural adjustments, and differences in infrastructure can pose obstacles for expatriates. Additionally, while countries like Thailand and the Philippines offer affordability, expatriates must still navigate differences in legal systems, property ownership rules, and language barriers. As economic pressures in the West continue to mount, the trend of relocating to more affordable countries is expected to grow. Whether it's retirees seeking a better quality of life, digital nomads embracing remote work opportunities, or young families looking for financial relief, countries like the Philippines and Thailand are becoming increasingly attractive options. For many, the decision to move abroad is not just about financial savings, it's about reclaiming a sense of freedom, security, and overall well-being. As the global landscape shifts, more people may find that the key to a better life lies not in struggling to keep up with the rising cost of living, but in embracing new opportunities beyond their home countries. In our next story, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order aimed at dismantling the U.S. Department of Education, marking a significant step toward a long-held conservative goal of reducing federal involvement in education. However, this move raises concerns for public schools, student loan borrowers, and parents nationwide. Shutting down the Department of Education entirely would require congressional approval, as it was established by Congress in 1979. While Trump's administration acknowledges that they lack the necessary votes to fully dissolve the department, the executive order directs Education Secretary Linda McMahon to take steps to downsize the agency and return authority over education to individual states. During a signing event in the East Room, Trump, surrounded by schoolchildren, declared, "We're going to shut it down, and shut it down as quickly as possible." However, specifics on how the department's responsibilities would be reassigned remain unclear. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt explained that while the department would be significantly reduced, essential services such as student loans and grants for at-risk students would remain. Trump indicated that these functions would be redistributed among other federal agencies. McMahon faces a challenge in implementing the order, as she is legally required to oversee some of the department's congressionally mandated functions, including managing loans and funding programs for disadvantaged students. Trump justified his decision by citing a need to improve the quality of education in the U.S., arguing that removing federal oversight would enhance competition and performance in schools. Despite Trump's assertion that teachers are invaluable, the executive order has faced pushback from educators and unions. The National Education Association criticized the decision, warning that it could lead to larger class sizes, reduced job training programs, limited special education services, and weakened civil rights protections for students. Public school funding primarily comes from state and local governments, with the Department of Education mainly responsible for administering federal funds for programs supporting students with disabilities and low-income schools. The department also manages federal student loan programs, including Pell Grants. Leavitt defended the executive order, emphasizing that essential student loan programs would continue but that the overall budget for the department needed to be significantly reduced. Trump has previously suggested moving student loan oversight to other federal agencies, such as the Small Business Administration. However, transitioning the management of the $1.8 trillion student loan portfolio has proven to be a complex challenge. Nearly 40% of student loans are currently past due, highlighting the difficulties in restructuring the system. The downsizing of the Department of Education has already resulted in mass layoffs, with nearly half of the agency's employees receiving termination notices. Programs related to diversity initiatives and protections for transgender students have also been rolled back as part of the restructuring efforts. As staff members prepared to leave, they were instructed to pack their belongings and return government-issued devices within a strict time frame. Many longtime employees expressed frustration, calling the executive order a slap in the face. Critics argue that dismantling the department will have widespread negative consequences, particularly for students and families who rely on federal education programs. Trump has framed the move as a response to concerns about federal overreach in education, tying it to broader cultural debates. His order is expected to face legal challenges, with teachers' unions and education advocates preparing to push back against the administration's efforts. Despite the controversy, Trump remains committed to his plan, previously telling McMahon that her goal should be to eliminate her own position. The battle over the future of the Department of Education is set to continue, with significant implications for the nation's education system. In our last story, Thailand is experiencing an unprecedented surge in global tourism, fueled by a mix of cultural appeal, affordability, and unexpected media influence. One major factor behind this rise is the latest season of HBO's hit series The White Lotus, which has captivated audiences and sparked renewed interest in the country as a must-visit destination. Recent data from Squaremouth, a leading travel insurance comparison site, reveals that Thailand has climbed into the top 15 most sought-after travel destinations for 2025, marking a 12% increase in popularity compared to the previous year. This trend echoes the tourism boom seen in Sicily after the release of The White Lotus Season 2, which led to a 32% surge in searches for the Italian island. As a result, Thailand is poised to set new tourism records in the near future. One of the key reasons travelers are flocking to Thailand is the extended duration of visits compared to other global hotspots. On average, tourists spend about 25 days in Thailand, 66% longer than the standard international trip length of 15 days. The extended stays are largely driven by Thailand's affordability, offering exceptional value for travelers looking to explore its vibrant culture, stunning landscapes, and rich history without breaking the bank. According to Squaremoutha's research, the typical cost of a trip to Thailand is approximately $3,275, which is 41% less than the global average trip cost of $5,617. Additionally, travel insurance for trips to Thailand is significantly cheaper, with premiums about 45% lower than the global average of $219. This cost-effectiveness allows visitors to extend their stays while maintaining financial peace of mind. As travelers plan longer vacations in Thailand, there has been a noticeable rise in the demand for travel insurance, ensuring protection against unexpected incidents. Coverage options such as medical emergencies, trip cancellations, and comprehensive travel security have become essential for tourists looking to enjoy an extended stay without worry. With this growing trend, Squaremoutha's public relations manager, Ned Todick, notes, as Thailand's popularity continues to skyrocket, we're seeing more travelers opt for longer stays and immersive experiences. This shift has led to an increased demand for travel insurance, ensuring that tourists can enjoy their adventures with confidence. For those considering a trip to Thailand, having the right travel insurance can provide vital protection. Here are some key benefits. Trip cancellation coverage, reimbursement for prepaid, non-refundable expenses in case of unexpected cancellations. Emergency medical and evacuation, coverage for medical emergencies and necessary evacuations during the trip. Cancel for any reason, CFAR, option, allows travelers to cancel their trip for any reason and still recover a portion of their non-refundable costs. Adventure and sports coverage, protection for high-risk activities like scuba diving, surfing, ziplining, and motorcycle riding, which are often excluded from standard policies. As Thailand continues its rapid ascent in global tourism rankings, its unique combination of cultural richness, affordability, and media exposure is making it a top choice for travelers. With the added security of travel insurance, visitors can fully embrace the wonders of Thailand while staying protected against unforeseen challenges. Thanks for watching the Daily Brief. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future updates. As always, take care and we will see you on the next update.